Hello, I'm Lucia, and today I'm going to talk to you about my Druid Craft Tarot, which I trimmed and modified, and I'm going to tell you why I did that. By the way, I keep it in this little bag, which is beautiful, great quality, and I got it from an Etsy shop called Dark Forest Tarot. So, this is my trimmed Druid Craft Tarot deck. This is trimmed. It comes with borders, and this is such a beautiful deck. I'm going to show you the box really quick. It comes with a fabulous book, but I'm not going to get into that now. I'll do maybe a video with a flip through, like a full flip through separate. This is the box, but I do want to say, if you want to order this on Amazon, to make sure it says St. Martin's, that it's from them. On Amazon, because I ordered this one time and I never got it and I never got my money back. But this is what the original card looks like. So it's got a gorgeous border, it's got a beautiful font, but this is the size of the original card. Look at my hand and look at the size of the card. So it's a massive size card. So this is a massive deck. So that's why I trimmed it. I loved it. I love borderless tarot decks, but this one, when I looked at it, was just gorgeous with the border and the font, and I felt bad trimming it. But once I started the first card, first I left the name on the bottom, and then I decided to just take everything off. And if you work with this deck, you will learn all the cards, so it won't be hard to remember what they are. So some of the major arcana are changed. The names are changed, like the death, not the death card. Like the devil card is Serenos, and the temperance card is Feralite. The Lord and the Lady are the Empress and the Emperor, the Emperor and the Empress, and it's Judgment. Judgment is rebirth. So what I used, this was my first modification. So you can see it's not even, but I don't know. I love that about this deck. So I loved the rawness of it. I had it with the white edges for a long time, and then I finally edged it in this gold metallic marker. But I used a scissor. And I would recommend, if you do want to do this by hand, that you get a longer scissor so that you're not you don't have to like stop and then adjust the scissor, because that's how you get the rough, the little nicks or the rough edges. So this is not a perfect smooth job. I do have some rough edges here. The cardstock is amazing though. It's flexible and it's a little glossy, but not too glossy, and I love my not so perfect looking trimmed deck. I don't know if it's because it's the first modification. Like my other ones, I want them to be more straighter, but this one, I don't know. I don't know if it's because it's the first modification that it's not so perfect, or it just has more character. I do love that it's not so perfect, and that's like weird. But anyway, so what I I did to trim this deck was I just went along the image facing me. So it depends on the card, the images, and if the borders line up from the front and the back. Sometimes it's easier to cut this way. Sometimes it's easier to cut with the backs facing you. So I did cut these with the image facing me. And then I always corner around with the image facing me. And I used the small size. So I got this from Amazon. It is called Kadumaru Pro, and it has small, where's the small on this side? Yeah, small, medium, and large. So you just put the corner on the right side depending what size you want, and I used a small corner rounder for these cards, and I really was happy with that. So if you use the larger one, you may get more of a squarish look to them. This is what I edged it in, this American Crafts metallic marker. And it has a thin point. I would suggest getting a marker that has a thicker point, maybe even a square. And I did it with the backs facing me, and I went up twice on the sides, on the long sides, and then 3 times, 1, 2, 3, on the corners. 1, 2, like back and forth. 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, and I did that all the way around. And then I wiped with my fingers or a tissue, whatever. Just wipe the along the edges to make sure that it didn't bleed. And I didn't find that it did with this. This dried pretty quick. So this is metallic, but if you can see, the look that I was going for was like an antique kind of a look. So it's like a shimmery, it almost looks like a champagne shimmery kind of a, I hope you can see that. If the light hits it the right way. And I was going for a metallic look, and it has that like champagne kind of shimmery look, which I'm very happy with. But what happened was, you know, when you edge your deck, so when you modify them, you're touching each card one by one, and you really connect your energy with the deck. Like you put your energy into it, you feel like a more like a bonding with the deck. Like it's a really great way to connect with your deck. So what I found was that because I loved that white rawness, I don't know, like usually I love edged tarot and oracle cards, card decks, and I usually love if they're gilded, but for some reason I liked that raw, maybe because it was my first modification. I almost didn't edge it. It took me a long time to do it, but when I did, something funny happened. Like even though I liked the way it came out, because I also wanted something to match the backs, I kind of started to get disconnected with the deck. So then I was like, am I regretting this? Like I kind of felt like I was regretting it. And it was the funniest thing because I was using the deck, and I had a hard time, like the readings, like the cards that were coming out, like I wasn't feeling them. And I felt like and it was my energy, I think, because I was kind of regretting it, that was interfering with me using this deck for readings. So I kind of put it aside for a little bit. And now I'm revisiting it, and I love it. I'm very happy with the, I just needed to put it aside for a little bit, and I'm very happy with the way it turned out. I love that it looks a little antique-y kind of look to it. It's earthy, even though it's not antique style, but it has like a timeless, the artwork is timeless, by the way. It's Will Worthington, I should say the makers. So this deck is by Philip and Stephanie Cargam, illustrated by Will Worthington. So it's Will Worthington's art, and he's amazing. The Druid Craft Tarot. Available on Amazon, but always make sure it says St. Martin. Okay, so what else? If you are deciding on modifying this deck, if you keep the titles on the bottom, so if you keep the titles on the bottom, then this artwork here, this design will be more centered. But since I cut the titles off, it's comes a little bit lower on the backers. So if that's something that bothers you, that's something to consider. So I really am happy with how this deck turned out. The colors really pop. It reads really well, like it tells a story. And like some people don't like this Two of Wands because they feel like that's just a sketch. It almost looks unfinished, but I get it. It has a different way of reading the cards. So to me, this is like your vision, like you're envisioning what you want to see in the future, what you want to bring in. It hasn't happened yet, but you're seeing it. So I think that's a great way to express that. That's the Page of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords. So these cards follow a little bit the Rider-Waite-Smith, but that's the Emperor. But some of them are different. That's the Ace of Pentacles, the Queen. Oh no, is that the Queen? That's the Justice card. That's the Fairleaf, which is the Temperance card. That's the Runos, which is the Devil card. Strength. So I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I'm just going to show you some cards. The Fool. I love that. It's so airy, and it's just it's such a great earthy deck, and it just has the soothing, comforting feeling. This is the Wheel of Fortune, the Page of Swords, and it does have some nudity in this deck, so just be aware of that. That's the Four of Pentacles. It's just gorgeous. So how do they shuffle? They shuffle amazing. I want to show you the Ace of Cups because it's one of my favorite Ace of Cups on this deck. But maybe I'll do a flip through and talk about all the cards. It shuffles really well. So you get flyers. Oh, here's the Ace of Cups, one of my favorites. Another one is the Ace of Swords. That's the Lovers. That's the Five of Swords, the Three of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Knight of Cups. That's the Nine of Cups. The Six of Pentacles, one of my favorites. Let me see if I can find the Ace. Maybe that's the Tower. That's also amazing. One of my favorite Hermit cards. The High Priestess. The Three of Wands. I mean, look at the background. And what I also love is that the backgrounds are places that are really on the earth. The Ten of Swords, because I know sometimes people want to see what that looks like, right? We saw that one. We saw that one. Let's see. That's the Death card. Let's see if I can find the, we saw that one, the Six of Wands. Beautiful. The Seven of Wands. The Ace of Wands. We saw the two. We may have seen some of those. Okay. The Queen of Cups. Gorgeous. I love the green sky. The Two of Swords. I mean, so beautiful. One of my favorites. Here's the Ace of Swords. One of my favorites. Let's see if I can find the Three of Swords. Oh, here's the Moon. Beautiful. And here is the Judgment card, which is called Rebirth in this tarot deck. The Sun card. Here's the Three of Swords, because those are the cards that I really like to see what they look like. This is the Ten of Wands and this beautiful Six of Swords. The Seven of Swords is a different perspective, different way of reading it. I think they did a really nice job with this deck. The Eight of Swords, the Seven of Cups, and look at this Eight of Cups. It's just so, the sky is just so beautiful. I don't know if you can see it really clear. So I hope you enjoyed this this video, why I modified the deck, because it would like massive cards. Imagine doing a 10 card spread with that big size, you know, those big cards, and also to shuffle 78 cards that are as big as my hands, you know, that's a big size. And just to show you the difference, that's the difference of the size. And they were beautiful with the borders and the font, but sometimes I think about getting another deck just to have it you know, full size, and maybe find a different way of using it, maybe as clarifiers or just to get a theme, just to find a way of using it where I'm not using so many cards. I have that option. I think about that sometimes, but I really love my deck. I love the colors, like they just pop. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you want to see more videos about tarot decks, oracle cards, and other things similar to that. So be well.